All right, Shalom. All praise, honor, and glory and fear to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Arakakadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders at Great Millstone that taught us this truth. And peace and salutations to the whole full striving for salvation during this electrifying and exciting times. And a few sisters just tuning in, I say Shalom. And we're on to the part 2, second edition of the spiritual power video that I did. It's entitled, spiritual power coming to those who wait on the Lord. And now I'm gonna go into what the spiritual power will be regarding those brothers that the Most High is gonna give this spiritual power to. So the first thing I wanted to talk about was just a little bit more about what spiritual power is. See, spiritual power, of course, you've seen the video. If you watched my last video, I played a clip from these guys that they're YouTubers, and what they do is they make these parody videos. They make skits and different humorous types of videos, but the Most High put a spirit on them to just go into gifts or powers that they say, but and the things that they were able to do. And don't get me wrong, the Most High is going to give that spiritual power to brothers as well. The abilities to be able to just shoot up and just, fly, just jump up and fly through the sky, or run like fast as lightning without being tired, and, flames coming out your hands. Those type of miraculous and wonderful powers that you see there is actually going to be on full display. Everything's on the table, nothing off the table with the Most High. But what I want to touch bases on is and I'm just a man speaking of based off my understanding. None of us know is the ways of the Most High as far as how he's going to do things. We're just giving our own opinion and based off the understanding that we have. So me just being a man speaking, I think it's going to come in levels. It's going to come in, you're going to build up to that point. But there's also, the scripture also talk about other spiritual powers, gifts, laying in the hands and healings, healing from sicknesses, healing from diseases, healing from infections, healing from injuries and wounds. Somebody might be hurt, and, somebody might get shot, and the Most High, you might have a brother with the brother, and you might ask, and Most High may have him get shot, or something happen where he has an injury. Ain't no need of going to the hospital. Ain't no need of seeking help from a doctor. The Most High will give the power to another brother to lay hands to heal that wound, to remove that bullet and heal that wound, close it up, and make it as if it never happened. These are the things that are going to be happening, that the scriptures talk about. Scriptures talk about laying on the hands, giving a man. And the spiritual power is also something that you don't see men having the ability to do. It's when someone is given, the ability to do something that no man throughout history was ever being able to do. Something, if you see something like that's amazing that someone does, but other people are able to do it, so many people can do it, that's not a spiritual power. That's not a power. That's just a gift or a talent. But to be able to do something that no one else is able to do, like when Yahushua came on the scene, the scriptures tell wicked scribes and Pharisees would come up to him and say, tempt him and say different things to see what he would do. Because he was doing so many things that nobody had ever seen before. In the same thing with the disciples. He said, "We know you are the son of man. We know you the son of the Most High, because no one does these miracles they see him doing." Someone being able to be healed just by touching his garment. And he would feel the virtue leave him, meaning he would feel the energy and the power that she needed to heal herself come out of him and go into her. These are things that and the scriptures say, the things that you see I do, you shall do in greater. So the Most High is going to set this thing up to where the spiritual power is going to come in levels and levels and levels, going to build up to the point where he's going to make you, make a brother, Lord willing, we are the hopeful elect, that becomes the actual elect that's called and chosen, full on 100% access to manipulate the elements to do anything and everything that the mind is capable of thinking to do. And that's what's going to happen when you become, your body is changed. When you're changed to an extraterrestrial being, when you're uniting with Yahweh Shai and the holy angels. So let's get into the scriptures. This is Micah 4, and I'm going to start at verse 11. Now, also, many nations are gathered against thee, that say, let her be defiled, and let our eyes look upon Zion. These other nations, this is what goes on with the other nations and how they see us Israelites. But they know not the thoughts of the Lord, neither understand they his counsel. For he shall gather them as the sheaves into the floor. Arise and thresh, O daughter of Zion, for I will make thine horn iron, and I will make thy hoof brass, and thou shalt beat in pieces many people. And I will consecrate their gain unto the Lord, and their substance unto the Lord of the whole earth. So this is going to be on full display. The whole world will see these things happen as the Most High gives this power to his servants. Next scripture. This is Micah 5 and 7. It says, and the remnant of Jacob shall be in the midst of many people as the dew from the Lord, as the showers upon the grass, that tarrieth not for men, nor waiteth for the Son of Men. And the remnant of Jacob shall be among the Gentiles, the other nations, especially you Esau, you Edomites, in the midst of many people, as a lion among the beasts of the forest, as a young lion among the flocks of the sheep, who, if he go through, both tread it down and tear it in pieces, and none can deliver. Thine hand shall be lifted up upon thine adversaries, and all thy enemies shall be cut off. Notice, take notice. I want to make a quick point. Take notice how the scriptures keep reverting back to breaking into the other nations into pieces. Because if you're walking and you're carrying, or if you're carrying something made of glass, it could be, a glass you drink out of. It could be a vase. It could be a pot or something that's made of that type of material, like glassy material, like something like that, a bowl or whatever it is, but it's like glass, and you drop it, it's gonna break into many pieces. And at that point, it's a goner. It's over. It's done. You're not going to sit here and say, oh, man, it's going to take me forever to glue that back together, or to piece that back together, to seal it up, and to rejuvenate and rebuild that back to what it was. That don't cross your mind. It's over. It's done. That's done with. You get a dustpan, you get a broom, and you sweep it up. You sweep up all those many pieces, and you put it in the trash. That's how the Most High is comparing the elect and Yahweh Shai and the angels doing these other nations, breaking them into pieces. They're done. Because what's going to happen is Esau, when Yahweh Shai comes, Esau is I'm talking about all the countries out there are going to, they're going to wage war against the Lord, the Lord of hosts. And then that's when they're gonna be getting broken into pieces. Most High they're done. They will be done. It will be over. Next scripture is Revelations 2, and I'm gonna start at verse 26. And in the first video I did on the spiritual power, the key theme to it was, for those who wait upon the Lord. And when you wait upon the Lord, that means you're gonna overcome the different things, the challenges and obstacles that are set before you. You're going to overcome those things because you're waiting on the Lord as his servant. So it says, and he that overcometh and keep my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations, And he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessel of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I receive it of my Father. And I will give him the morning star, and he that he hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. Meaning he that had understanding can understand what the scriptures are saying and what it's talking about. This is talking about that the ruling body, the governing body of Israel, which is the 144,000 that's going to sit on those 12 thrones. That Yahweh shall answer Peter when he asked, we've given up everything to follow thee. Basically asking him, what will we get for doing this? He said, those that follow me throughout the regeneration shall sit on 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. That's going to be the ruling body, the governing body of the nation of Israel, in the kingdom. And they will have that rod of iron, meaning that rule of thumb. The other nations are going to have to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Bible. And they're not going to have it written in their inward parts like the Israelites are. So they won't be keeping it perfect. So that's how the elect is going to rule over them. They're going to be, when they break any of the law, statutes, and commandments, they will be judged based upon the punishment of that law that they're breaking, no matter what the punishment is. It's gonna be direct, swift judgment on the spot. No trial, no like Esau does, put you on, make you sit in jail for X amount of time till your arraignment comes, to be your time to be, to go before a jury in your trial where you can plead your case. No, you break the law, you punish on the spot. That's the power that the Most High is going to give to the judges and rulers of the earth, or of the universe, of everything, which will come by the hands of the elect. This is Isaiah 41, and beginning at verse 8. It says, "But thou, Israel, art my servants, Jacob, whom I have chosen, the seed of Abraham, my friend." It's talking about the elect. As I read on, this is geared towards the elect. This is, "Thou whom I have taken from the ends of the earth, and called thee from the chief men thereof, and said unto thee, Thou art my servant. I have chosen thee, and not cast thee off." The servants are the hopeful elect. The men that you see out here that's doing this work, they're serving Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. They're his servants. This is who he's talking to. "Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy power. I will strengthen thee. Yea, I will help thee. Yea, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness," which is Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai is the right hand. He sits on the right hand side. The right hand represents righteousness, which is Yahweh Shai sitting on the right hand side. The left hand side is occupied by Satan, who carries out the left hand side, evil and things like that, of that nature. So the Most High says he's going to uphold us, Lord willing, we those men, the servants, with his right hand, which is Yahweh Shai. Which is why we praise and we give him, the praises as well. We honor Yahweh Shai because he's the mediator. He's our big brother. He's the one that go before the Lord, and he adopted us back onto the Most High. There's many reasons why you have these guys who don't want to acknowledge Yahweh Shai, or the Lord, and you will be judged, severely for that. Especially if you're out here in these Israelite camps that only go like Old Testament. But anyway, moving on, verse 11 says, "Behold, all they that were incensed against thee shall be ashamed and confounded. They shall be as nothing, and they that strive with thee shall perish. Thou shalt seek them, and shalt not find them, even them that contend with thee. They that war against thee shall be as nothing, and as a thing of naught. For I, the Lord thy power, will hold thy right hand, saying unto thee, Fear not, I will help thee. Mind you, he keeps stating how he's going to strengthen us, how he's going to be there for us, Lord willing. We those men that he's going to be protecting, he's going to strengthen, he's going to be there, he's going to, and fear not, he will help thee. He keeps saying that, and there's a purpose for that. So, verse 14 says, "Fear not, thou worm Jacob," and this is the purpose of it, because the hopeful elect is as of a worm. A worm is a defenseless creature. A worm cannot defend itself against anything. There's no fight in it. There's no might in it. A worm just wiggles around and squiggles through and tries to dig up under the earth into the ground. Or if it gets above the ground, it's going to get scorched by the sun, or it's going to get stepped on. There's so many, anything that comes up against it, there's no defense for it. The worm is done. And the worm doesn't have any stature. And that's us, brothers, that's in this faith and this truth, the servants of the Most High. We don't have no power. We don't have no might. We don't have no defense but Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, but to call upon the name. And that's why he said he will help us, because he's given us, we have no physical defense, but he's given us the complete defense, which is the name to call upon with faith and belief. When you call upon that, he comes and does what he said he would do. He said he will help thee. He said he will save thee. He will strengthen thee. Calling upon that name is what he's given the worm, which is the servants. The worm of the nation of Israel are the servants. We don't have, us that serve in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, we don't have no reputation. We're not famous. We don't have no stature in society. We don't have no stature. A lot of us don't have much of a physical stature. Some brothers do, but majority of us don't. And even with the physical stature doesn't mean it comes with power. We are low to the earth. We are low to society. We're the guys you ain't even looking and checking for. We don't have, the huge following and fans, and the Most High has lots for those Israelites that's in that limelight, that's in that, position. We don't, like Apostle Gabar said this when I first came in the truth. He said, ain't no ladies man in this truth. Like, and at the time before I came in the truth, I used to get my fair share. I used to have he blessed me with, different experiences where I was able to, I would have access to women, and women was not a thing that I concerned myself at wanting and needing and wasn't getting. I always had a woman. I was able to be in a relationship. I could be in many of them if I wanted to, but that all changed. The Most I bring you in that truth, he reduced that. That's not going to be the case. You're not going to be no playboy. You're not going to have women all over. You're not going to, be on social media having all these different Instagram models hitting you up. And, if it was a brother that's living and got that going on, I don't know what to say about it. But, I'm just going to speak on my current situation and the brothers that I have accompanied around me. We don't have that. That's not the case. We don't have that. That's why we're the worm. That's why the scripture says, this is verse 14, "Fear not, thou worm Jacob, and ye men of Israel. I will help thee, said the Lord, and thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. Behold, I will make thee a new sharp threshing instrument having teeth. Thou shalt thresh the mountains and beat them small, and thou shalt make the hills as chaff." Those are talking about your governments. Your hills and mountains is talking about big and small governments ran by primarily Edomites right now. The biggest and small governments that are ruling these governments is the elites. So it's primarily talking about you. It says, "Thou shalt fan them, and the wind shall carry them away, and the whirlwind shall scatter them. And thou shalt rejoice in the Lord, and shalt glory in the Holy One of Israel." This is Jeremiah 51:19. I got two more scriptures, and I'm gonna bring this video to a close. It says, "The portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance. The Lord of hosts is his name." Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war. For with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms. Mind you, he keep talking about breaking in pieces. The Most High is going to use his elect on and as well as Yahushua and the holy angels to break in pieces these nations, these other nations, starting primarily with the so-called white man, which is Esau, Edom. And with thee will I break in pieces the horses and his rider, and with thee will I break in pieces the chariot and his rider. And that's talking about, modern day. It's talking about Esau with his military, his aircrafts and the men that ride in them, even his drones, as well. With thee also will I break in pieces men and women, and with thee will I break in pieces old and young, and with thee will I break in pieces the young man and the maid. This links right up with Ezekiel 9:4. I will also break in pieces with thee the shepherd and his flock, and with thee will I break in pieces the husbandman and his yoke, and with thee, and I will break in pieces the husbandman and his yoke of oxen, and with thee will I break in pieces the captains and the rulers. This all goes in conjunction with, Esau and his military as well. His navy that carries the aircrafts, the aircraft carriers, their fighter jets, as well as the missiles that they shoot from the navy ships. And this is all going in conjunction with what Esau's going to do, because he's going to fight. It's pursuant to 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter. When Yahushua comes and cracks those clouds, he's going to crack Esau and the other nations and all the other countries. That goes directly when the scriptures talk about the Lord going snatching the crowns off the heads of the rulers on the earth. When you see him having their crowns, meaning he took away their power, when he's going to go all across the world, taking down these governments, taking down these mountains and these hills. Verse 24, and I will render unto Babylon and to all the inhabitants of Chaldeas all their evil that they have done in Zion in your sight, said the Lord. Behold, I am against thee, O destroying mountain, said the Lord. And that's Esau. Destroying mountain is his government, because he's gonna try to roll on the Most High's elect, as well as the time of Jacob's trouble for the rest of the nation of Israel, the 2/3. And all of us is gonna experience that, But the Most High, like you say, he's gonna be with thee. He's going to protect thee, old worm, or Jacob thy worm. So behold, I am against thee, O destroying mountain, said the Lord, which destroyed all the earth. And the scriptures, that's how you know it's talking about Esau. Because Esau, the scriptures say, I will destroy them who destroy the earth. And that's what Esau's doing. Esau is, he's fracking, all across the different parts of the world. He's digging into the ground and pulling out large amounts of oil, which is the blood source. It's like the blood of the earth. He's not obeying the land Sabbath. He's building. He's just continuously planting and digging in the earth. He's not allowing parts of the land to rejuvenate itself, to have a rest, a Sabbath, land Sabbath, or he's continued tilling the ground and he's jacking the earth up. That's why you see sinkholes, these earthquakes happening in diverse places, and you're seeing these are all part of the prophecies as well. But these are a direct reflection of Esau destroying the earth and the earth fighting back against him. When you see these different tornadoes and hurricanes, and you've always had them, but they're coming through even worse and harder now than before. The Most High is having the earth fight back against you, Esau. You don't see this, but you're destroying the earth. So that's why we know this is talking directly about you, because you're the only one out here destroying the earth. So he's going to destroy you. That's why you will be gathered, burnt, and destroyed. It says, behold, I am against thee, O destroying mountain, said the Lord, which destroyed all the earth. And I would stretch out my hand upon thee and roll thee down from the rocks and make thee a burnt mountain. and primarily America, will have 200 million missiles shot and executed upon this land to full destruction. A burnt mountain, a burnt government, a burnt up country. That's what's going to happen. And they shall not take of thee a stone for a corner, nor a stone for a foundation, but thou shalt be desolate forever, said the Lord. You won't take a stone, or because Esau likes to do that stuff when he has, you go to museums and it might have a rock or a piece of a building that was part of the World War II or World War One, or that the Battle of Gettysburg and all this other different stuff he likes to keep as monuments and memorabilia and artifacts to display, history. Well, it won't be anything kept. There won't be no corners, no stones, no foundation, nothing left in the land of America to show that America was here, because it's going to all be burnt to full crisp and uninhabited. There will be desert creatures that'll be here. So the last scripture I want to go into is just dealing with the elect. It's Wisdom of Solomon 5, and we'll start at verse 15. But the righteous live forevermore. Their reward also is with the Lord, and the care of them is with the Most High. Therefore shall they receive a glorious kingdom and a beautiful crown from the Lord's hand. And so the illustration of that is in, I believe it's 2nd Esdras, like the 2nd chapter. I believe it's like 40 something verse to get that. Matter of fact, bear with me for a moment, because I don't like to just put that out there. I want to get the accurate case. A brother want to go look it up for himself. Okay, it's in 2nd Esdras 2 and 42 on down to like 47 gives you the illustration of Esdras describing what he saw of Yahweh Shai setting crowns on 144,000 brothers' heads. It says, therefore shall they receive a glorious kingdom and a beautiful crown from the Lord's hand, for with his right hand shall he cover them. Because like it said, like the Most High said, like the scripture said, that he's going to cover them with his right hand in righteousness. It's talking about Yahweh Shai. And this is further illustrating and proving that that's Yahweh Shai who's going to cover them. Yahweh Shai is covered the elect. That's why when you read in John 17, and starting like at the 6th verse, the Lord himself is praying for the elect. Starting with the disciples on down to all of the 144,000 that prayer was sent up to Abinah Yahweh for, on behalf of Yahweh Shai, for his elect, which are those that are chosen. It was given to Yahweh Shai by Yahweh. That's the beautiful thing about when you understand. Most High give you a certain amount of understanding of this truth. It all makes perfect sense. It's that's why it says, he that had an ear, let him hear. Meaning, he that understands, let them understand. It says, for with his right hand shall he cover them, and with his arm shall he protect them. He shall take to him his jealousy for complete armor, and make the creature his weapon for the revenge of his enemies. He shall put on righteousness as a breastplate, and true judgment instead of an helmet. He shall take holiness for an invincible shield. Holy meaning, the elect is separate. The elect is separate. The elect is purified and cleansed. That's the reason why they're an invincible shield, because they're clean unto the Most High. When 2/3 of the nation is unclean, is dirty. Verse 20, his severe wrath shall he sharpen for a sword, and the world shall fight with him against the unwise. Then shall the right aiming thunderbolts go abroad and from the clouds, as from a well drawn bow, they shall fly to the mark. That's being the Most High's weapon, being his weapon in battle axe and weapons of war. He's going to use his elect along with Yahweh Shai and the angels to take down you nations, to take Esau down, who's the one nation that's in power, the one heathen that's in power. He's going to use these men, these lowly servants of the Most High, will be turned into hunters, and they will be the ones that's passing this judgment and being like a thunderbolt. Verse 23, so like 22. It says, "And hailstone full of wrath shall be cast as out of a stone bow, and the water of the sea shall rage against them." The water of the sea. Now the sea represents people, and in what's going to be at sea, I mentioned earlier, Esau's navy ships. Esau's navy ships are going to see this going on, and they're going to want to be shooting from they want to shoot missiles and from their navy ships, and they're going to send out their aircrafts, their fighter jets, to go out and fight against Yahweh Shai and the angels and the elect. So that's how they're gonna rage against them. It says, "And the water and the sea represents people, shall rage against them, and the floods shall cruelly drown them. Yea, a mighty wind shall stand up against them, and like a storm shall blow them away. Thus iniquity shall lay waste the whole earth." I mean, getting rid of the who's the iniquity? Esau. Esau is the one in the earth that's putting forth the iniquity. That's why he is known as the wicked and in the border of wickedness. Speaking of in Malachi, the first chapter, you will be rid of all the iniquity that you bring forth, because you're going to be taken down. "And ill dealing shall overthrow the thrones of the mighty," which is talking about Esau's military, his power structure. So with that, I'm gonna bring this video to a close. When the Most High start giving the different levels of spiritual power unto the men that has been serving him, faith and sincerity and truth, it's gonna be a beautiful thing. And then ultimately, all the servants, all the 144,000, will be changed into super extraterrestrial beings, and they will unite with Yahweh Shai and the angels as one, being the Lord of hosts, the Lord of armies. And these scriptures that I just read will be in place, man. That will take place before the eyes of all that live, and those that, even in the spirit world is going to see this clearly as well. But so with that, man, this is bringing forth the second edition of part 2 series of spiritual power. I want to say all praise, honor, and glory and fear to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, B'Hashem HaRakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who lead our nation and rule well. And peace and salutations to the hope elect brothers out there and a few sisters that's tuning in. I say shalom.